Hi guys. So, it's the end of March. How did I do in March? The first 3 weeks of March, I did great. I did not go shopping. I didn't do anything like that. And if you want to know how I did those 3 weeks, I'll put it in the card. Hopefully, I'll remember. Um, but anyway, it's like my last 3 videos. So, I've discovered that March is not a good month to do a low spend because um, it's the beginning of gardening season. So there's certain things, if you're a gardener at all, that you have to start and plant starting mid-March. So I had to have some expenses the last week of March. I had to buy potting soil, and I'm doing the grow bags this year. I have little raised beds that I've had for a long time. But this year I'm also doing some grow bags. I want to grow some potatoes and some other things. So I did have gardening expenses, but one of my main reasons for doing the low spend was to have extra money to do the gardening things. I had to get 10 bags of mulch. I have to do that every year. And I have to mulch my garden after the winter because of the dogs. If I don't do that, I have a big mud pile. So that was an expenditure that had to happen. And then also, I was blessed with my income tax refund, which I get every year, of course. And there were certain things that money was slated for that I didn't buy during the year, but that I wanted to buy. And so let me get into that. So one of the things that I had to have done, my microwave has been on the fritz for a good year, and it works off and on randomly. And I know I could have gotten a new one, but it was an expensive microwave, and I didn't want to spend money on a new microwave because I like this one. And if I would have had to get a new one, I would have had to, um, take this one down and throw it out and have somebody come in and install a new one, which is like $150. So I had the repairman come, and now we're waiting for parts. And hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's just a bad switch in there. Otherwise, I may have to just bite the bullet and get a new microwave. But anyway, that was one of the reasons why I was holding back. I was waiting for my income tax refund. And then another thing that I wanted to get was a space heater. So I got a propane space heater because our winters here in Ohio can get pretty darn cold. And if the power goes out, I don't want to have to go to a hotel or, I have 3 dogs. I have to make sure they're okay too. And my grandson's here with me. So I've been wanting a space heater now for a couple years. It's part of my prepping thing. So I did get a space heater. And another thing that I wanted to get, I've been wanting for a long time, is a new mixer with a dough hook. Now I have a vintage, really nice mixer that I got actually for a wedding gift, and but it didn't have a dough hook. It just has, the regular beaters on it. So I did splurge, and I ended up getting a nice mixer. I didn't want to spend the $250 for a KitchenAid, but this one I spent, it was close to $200. The KitchenAids are way more than that, but it has all whistles and bells on it. It has a really big bowl. It's got a dough hook. It's got a pasta maker. It's got a sausage maker, a shredder, you know, like for veggies and stuff. So it was a really good deal. I got it on Amazon, and it was, I had a $30 off coupon, and it was also on sale. So I ended up getting it for 200, well, it was under $200. And it's a Cooklee, Cooklee. So far I've been liking it. I haven't done a lot with it, but that was on my list of things that I wanted to get. So when I got my income tax refund, I did get the things that I wanted, and they're bought and they're paid for, so that's a good thing. So anyway, what else? I needed some seeds that I had to start early so that I could get them out in my garden. And I did get all the mulching done, and I'm very slowly but surely starting to get the garden ready. So I did get a few things. I went shopping today. I bought some produce finally. I didn't buy produce all last month. Um, and that was fine. I still had some from the month before. I used all that up. And so I did save a lot on food this month. And I ended up spending, it was like let's say $150. I'll round it up. But I got some garden supplies, and I got some fresh produce and food. And I plan on doing a low spend when it comes to food this month too, um, simply because I know there's going to be more garden things that are going to be coming up. So it's kind of like robbing Peter to pay Paul, but that's okay. You have to be patient and make hay when the sun shines. So let me show you my haul, and then I'll be back. So I finally went grocery shopping and garden shopping and all kinds of shopping. So this is what I got, and altogether I spent about $147. So I'm going to show this to you in a couple different phases, because it isn't all food. Some of it was for the garden. So let me show you what I got. Now these are sort of what I get every time I go shopping in the way of produce. I like these little mini peppers as opposed to the bigger ones. And I always like to pick the ones with the red peppers. Those are my favorites. So I got those. I got some bananas. I got this baby spinach and arugula mix. The celery was on sale for 99 cents. The baby carrots were on sale for 99 cents. The cucumbers, I think, were 2 something. I got 2 things of red seedless grapes. They were on sale for $1.49. The oranges were on sale, 3 pounds for $2.99. The garden salad, I don't buy this in the bag too often, but that was 99, and this was, I think $1.50, and that's the coleslaw. So I'm planning on having some salads. So I got this Gerard's raspberry dressing, and I also got the Gerard's champagne dressing. It's one of my favorites. The vine tomatoes were on sale for $1.29. And then I got a small red cabbage, some fresh green onions. I got some portobello mushrooms and some shiitake mushrooms, because I was totally out of produce. I was running a little low on my teas, so these are the teas I always get, and I always have an extra Torani raspberry syrup on hand. I haven't tried this Bigelow cinnamon and blackberry, but that sounded good, so I got that. I got these veggie wraps because I made some gyro seitan, and I want to make a couple of gyros. or gyros, whatever way you want to pronounce it. Got these for my grandson. He likes these, so I got him those. Sugar was on sale at Drug Mart for 99 cents for 4 pounds, so I got 2 of those because it's going to start to be hummingbird season, and I like to feed the hummingbirds. And I also use it to make my kombucha. And then I got some bread flour to make bread and seitan, so I got that. I also got another thing of my Folgers decaf hazelnut. That's my favorite coffee. And so, yeah, I think I did pretty well on the groceries. Like I said, I'm not going to separate the cost of everything. I'm just giving you a general total of everything I spent on produce and groceries and garden things. So I'm going to put this away, and then I'll be back with some of the things I got for the garden. So here's the rest of the things that I got. All right, I picked up a couple things for prepping. I got these lamp oil, this Pure Glow, and those were $2.49, so I got 2 of those. And that was from Mark's. They just so randomly happen to have those. And I have some oil lamps that I keep for power outages and emergencies. So I always like to keep a little bit of this on hand. So I got those. And every spring I get little ants. So these work pretty well, but I'm on a mission here. So I got two different kinds, because some ants like sweet, some ants like grease. So I'm at war here. I got the doggies some biscuits. They get one of these every morning. That's kind of their breakfast. Got a couple things to entertain myself. This was $1.99, easy growing, and it's got all kinds of fun gardening stuff in it with herbs and what you can do with them. And I got a First magazine. I pick those up every once in a while. I used to get them all the time, but now I find that I don't always read them, so, but I did pick one up. I got a couple of these clamps because what I do is I have a couple of pots in the garden, 3 or 4 of them, without holes in the bottom, and I catch rainwater in those, and then I put a screen over the top, and I secure the screens to the sides of the pots with these clamps. So I got 2 of those. I got some evergreen and flowering shrub food because I have some azaleas that I want to feed now before it starts blooming. I got this little saw because sometimes you need a little saw in the garden, so I got that. They had these for $4 something, $4.99, and it's 60 AA batteries, and I use a lot of the fake candles. So, and my grandkids, they come and they play video games, and their controllers need those. So I got that, and these I actually got at the Dollar Tree yesterday. AAA and AA batteries. I like to keep these on hand because I do go through them. I got a couple of lighters. They're like 99 cents at Mark's. Then I got this little crown thing. You put it around a hurricane. And I don't have batteries in it now, but it's got little fairy lights on it that lights up. So that was $3.99. I got that. And then I got this cute little guy. And this cost the most. He was $24.99, and it's a little fountain. So I got that for my deck. I have another fountain out there, but you can't have too many fountains, right? So they had a turtle and a frog, and I got the frog one. So that was my haul, and it was fun, but I hate putting all this stuff away. All right, I'll be back in a little bit and finish up this video. Well, here's the candle I made from the candle tutorial. Let me see if I can get this lit and see how it works. See if these wicks are nice. Well, that's a nice big flame. Let's see what happens here. And these candles are so expensive if you buy them ready-made. So let's give this a minute and I'll be back. Well, so far the flame has settled down a little bit, and so far it's a really nice little fire. And this was made totally free except for the cost, a few cents of the wick. And those are the wooden wicks that I got on Amazon. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with this, and I'm going to let this burn for a while and see how long it lasts. So I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to move this over. But it does crackle. So I would say this candle is a success, and I will be using this on more of my scrap candles. Awesome. Probably because it's rocking. Okay, so all in all, I'm pretty pleased with how I did in March in as far as the low spend. Towards the end of the month, it was not a low spend, but that's okay because like I said, I had planned on spending the money I saved by cooking from my freezer and pantry on my gardening needs. So sometimes you just have to wait a little bit until the money gets freed up, and then you can get other things that you want or need. And life isn't just getting things that you need. Sometimes, there's certain things you want, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't have everything. There's that old saying, you can have anything, but you can't have everything. So you have to pick and choose what's important to you as a person, and go for it. I mean, the name of this channel is Ellen's Abundant Life on Less. It's not, Ellen never buys anything because that would be just wrong. But so I mean, but living within your means is important. And I'm at a phase in my life now where my biggest goal is to be comfortable with what I have, and to, if there's some things that I still want before I say goodbye in this life, then if I can afford it, then that's what I will do. So scrimping and saving is a good thing, but always scrimping and saving, in my opinion, isn't always the way to go. And I know things can't make you happy. That comes from inside. But getting something new every now and then, it's fine. So anyway, I'll let you know how things go. I've been really busy doing this and that. I haven't been doing a whole lot of cooking because I have been eating out of my freezer and pantry and trying to use up some of the things I have. And actually some of my prepping things I've kind of cut back on a little bit because you can't just keep prepping and prepping and prepping. I mean, at some point you have to start using what you've prepped, and then also you figure out what you really do need and what you use, and maybe no, this wasn't such a good purpose, and you just use it up and you don't buy it again. So anyway, that's my story for this month. And that's all I have for you. I want to wish you abundant blessings. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. And please subscribe.